Listen, just because I'm not posting about it doesn't mean I'm not working. Not all hustle is loud. I just like to move in silence and make moves in private. I don't need no validation from the internet, and I don't need no pats on the back. I'm not doing it for nobody except for my family and my future. That's all.
Well. On this video, we're going to talk about Prime Inc. of what I was told. You ready? Well, as you guys know, one of my mentees, he's at Prime. He actually has a fleet at Prime. And I guess their freight has really slowed down, people. I think their freight has really slowed down. Now, if you're a Prime driver, put in the comments of what you're going through. But this is a trucking channel, and when people bring stuff to my attention, I'll put it out here for you guys, and you guys decide. If you guys have any other information about trucking companies besides Prime or Prime, you guys can always email me at SoCalTrucker03@gmail.com. But the craziest thing is, at the same time that I heard about Prime, I heard some other stuff and saw it, which was right here. So RST put this out, saying as of June 1st, RST and BLC are merging to become one company. Now, how do you guys take that? Become one company. If you read between the lines, it's not really a merger. In reality, to me, it's a buyout. And so, my opinion on this, and I got nothing against, Chris from RST, got his phone number, he's pretty cool, is, and this is what I try to teach all you guys, man, about having so many damn truck payments and lease payments and trailer payments and all these payments, that when the rates go down, there's only so much money and profit in this trucking. And you guys can choose to put some of your profit towards a truck note, which is nothing wrong with that if you choose to, or put it in your pocket and have a paid off truck. But either way, there's only so much profit in a load. So back to this, guys. My dude at Prime, the loads over there are getting kind of scarce, man, and Prime, in my opinion, is going through a lot of stuff. And then I see this, and I think Chris made a great move by getting rid of RST, or at least the Prime side of RST, or whatever he's doing. And one thing I want to tell you guys, man, is just be cautious, man, because you're going to see a lot of this, man. You're going to see a lot of companies. First of all, let me tell you my experience on this merge crap. So I was with one company, and I'll tell you the company name. It was national, and there was another company called United out here in Southern California, and so the big thing was, the announcement was, and keep in mind, I was like a supervisor and dispatcher and stuff for national, so I got to see the stuff that people didn't get to see. But it's supposed to be a merger, right? It's supposed to be that. Well, that's what they titled it as. Let me take it back. They titled it as a merger, not on paperwork. What the hell they announce it? Which is a smart move for them, and I'll tell you why. Because United had their own customers, right? So when National bought them out, the United folks told their customers, hey, we're still United. It's just a merger, we're just going to be a bigger company, blah, 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 whatever, whatever, whatever. So it didn't upset the customers. They still think they're getting the company they love, the whole bullshit, right? Then the next thing what I watched them do was, because United and National had two different paint schemes on their mixers and stuff, right? This is a ready mix company. So next thing you know, they painted the United trucks the same color as the National trucks, but they kept United on the door for a little while. So when the mixer showed up on the job site, the customers looked at it. It's a different color paint. Right away, they look at the door. Okay, it's still United. We're still getting, the customer service, and we're still getting everything that we've always been there. We've been with United for like 10 years, and they were good with it, right? But that's how this buyout stuff works, right? They don't want to upset what goes on because they buy a company and they want everything that comes with the company. They don't want to just get a company and then all the customers are like, F you, man, we ain't fucking with you no more. And they all walk, and then all they did was, when they bought the company out, all they did was buy debt and trucks, right? They want the income. That's the whole purpose, one of the purposes of buying the company out. So one way to save that income coming in from that company is announce it as a merger. Now, I'm not saying that's what Chris is doing, but if it's my opinion looking at this, this is how I'm going to take it. And the reason why is because, they're one company. And from my understanding from my guys, is if you call the number now, trying to get RST, I guess the BLC people answer. So that just shows me who holds the power. Now, back to my story. So I watched this whole thing go. And then as far as management went, I watched how that went also. Little bit by little bit, they got rid of the United management, And so that was the crazy thing. So I watched the whole thing. And this ain't the only company I saw go through some shit like this. But I always noticed, they always announcing it's not a buyout, hey, we bought this company out, but they want to consider it a merger. So that's something to think about, guys. If you guys want to go to Prime or anything else, just understand. Just understand something. Here's another thing. All those people that are making those lease payments through RST, how's that work now? Is their contract still good? Because maybe they still got the RST name. See, sometimes when things are kind of big, it takes a year or two, like National United, for that whole thing to take place, from paying the trucks but keeping the United name, to eventually what they did was they took the United name off the trucks. And here's the funniest thing how they did that, right? So what they would do is put National trucks on United job site with United trucks, and they had the same paint jobs. And eventually they just could put more National trucks, and then a little bit by slowly, guess what? They all said National on the door. There was no more United. But it took a couple years for something like that, right? So it's almost like you put a frog in some cold water in a frying pan or a pot on the stove, and you crank the water up. Slowly by slowly, it's going to get warmer and warmer and warmer until it gets hot and it boils the frog, and the frog will never see it coming. But if you're boiling the water and it's boiling hot and you throw the frog in there, the first thing you're going to do is jump out. And to me, that's what this merger shit's all about. Only time's going to tell what really, really, really is going on. But I want to tell you guys, man, just when you guys are getting in debt on something, just be careful, man, because Prime is, they're getting a little low on freight. Swift, getting a little bit low on freight. A lot of these companies are getting a little bit low on freight. Does that mean that there's not going to be trucking, obviously not, But you got to remember, people bought a crap load of trucks. And when the market adjusts, you got too many trucks on the road. So, but yeah, so that's my story, man. Just really be careful with that stuff, and if you guys are with a company, I don't give a fuck if you're a truck driver for a company or you're leased on or whatever. If you're going somewhere and you unload and then you got to wait a day or 2 or 3 or 4, and they want to say we're trying to get you a good load and all that kind of shit, or you got direct freight like Prime, and you're getting a load and then you got to sit like a while before you get another load, pay attention to that. If it gets worse and worse, that's just telling you that it's a downhill slide. Get an exit strategy before it's too late. And that's another thing too, guys, is be smart enough to know when to say, shit, I see what's going on here. I got to get an exit strategy and find something else before I'm holding the bag. Right? So this ain't no bash video against Prime. This is the reality of what's going on in trucking. And I realize trucking, it's not a popular conversation right now. A lot of people are mad about trucking. That's cool. I'm not mad about trucking. I know a lot of other folks not mad about trucking. And of course, there's people making money out there in trucking. If they're not, there would be no trucking business out there. So kick all that stuff around. And the good thing is I get to see Prime through my mentee's eyes of what's going on with him, what he's going through. And there's a whole lot more stuff I can really talk about Prime that I didn't like what they did to him in the past. But it's really not going to be nothing for me to speak on unless he chooses for me to speak on that topic. Otherwise, it's his story to tell in his time. So these mergers, in my opinion only, my opinion on what merger means is one bought out the other one, but they don't want to they don't want it to be a shock. So little bit by little bit, they want to turn the boiling water on, so nobody can notice it, so it doesn't, mess up their investment on buying the company out. That's my opinion, people. And like I said, you'll see more. You're gonna see more. You're gonna see more small companies getting bought out by big companies, or big companies. Here's the funniest thing too, right? Sometimes if it's a real small company, the big company will just downright just say, "We bought this company out," and they're ready because it's a small company, and they're ready for drivers to say, "Hey, no, forget you," and walk, because the big company's got enough drivers to take care of all the accounts. So when it's small little companies, sometimes they got no problem just putting their chest out there and saying, "Hey, we bought these people. What you doing now?" So that's my time, people. Just be aware of these mergers. To me, it's a buyout situation. And again, a lot of these businesses right now, a lot of these trucking companies, and business, like I said, and businesses, not just trucking, but businesses in general, they're what they call safe mode, right? Survival mode. Like your truck, if sensor goes out, it goes on safe limp mode, safe mode, all that stuff. A lot of companies right now are going on safe mode to try to stay around, try to get through this. It's up to you guys to open your eyes and pay attention to what's going on. Are you with a company that's still growing, still buying trucks, still doing this, still doing that? You can't really tell it by, hey, we're looking for drivers, because There could be 10,000 drivers. They fuck this shit. I'm not making no money. They walk. So now they're trying to hire drivers, and you're like, oh man, they must be growing. They're hiring so many drivers. Pay attention to that too. Did a lot of drivers walk? If so, why? What about if you guys see these companies, especially these lease companies, say, hey, you want to get one of these new trucks? Give us $5,000. Give us $10,000. Give us $20,000. And now they're like, hey, look, don't even worry about the damn down payment. We got you. Don't worry about no down payment. Just please sign on this dotted line. We'll give you the truck. You know, we got freight. We got this. And they sell you a dream. My whole thing, what I don't like is this. If there's a company and they tell you that they want 10, 20 grand down, 5 grand down, whatever down, and now at some point in time it's nothing down, I don't rock with those kind of companies, man, because that just tells me they're scamming some shit. Think about it. If they can do zero down right now, why couldn't they do zero down back when they wanted $20,000, $10,000, $5,000? So here's how I take that. Again, I know it sucks. It's my opinion only. When you guys want to lease these trucks, they already got the trucks, most likely. They already bought it. They already did what they did. So if they say, hey, look, guys, we got these trucks. They're brand new. Come in, give us $20,000 down, and drive off in a brand new lease truck. I'm going to tell you what I think about that. I think they pocket that money. I don't even think the business sees it. Think about it. If you get 5 guys drop down 20 grand on a truck, and these big ass companies, they probably got them for nothing down, right? And let's say the company got the truck for $200,000, and then they tell you, hey, look, you can get this brand new truck, 20 grand down, and then all you got to make payments on is $200,000. To me, you got 5 folks, they just profited $100,000 by doing nothing. Think about it, guys. Isn't that like another hustle in trucking? A company signs up for 5 brand new trucks for zero down. They owe $200,000 per truck, right? They sign some guy on for $20,000 down a piece. They just pocket $100,000 for picking up 5 trucks. Then on top of that, now they're making a percentage against you. And when you walk, they cleared 100 grand, still got the trucks. My question I'd always ask is, if you can do zero down and now you're charging, why? Something to be worried about, something to be, alarmed about. Just pay attention, guys. That's it. Just pay attention. I realize these companies are going to paint you a beautiful dream. I know it. A nice house, a white picket fence, a beautiful wife, nice kids, a dog jumping around in the pretty green grass. And then you show up there and it's a studio apartment and you're all alone with spiders and cockroaches and spider webs. And you're like, man, this is nothing like that dream they sold me. But now you're stuck. You're invested in it. Then you try to ride it out. One thing about when you want to lease on, you're with a partnership with the person that owns the truck. Make sure you guys choose a good partnership, a good partner. So anyway, guys, that's my time, man. That's my time. And I hope you guys read this whole thing that I've been doing the voiceover on. The gap between the life you want and the life you're living is called mindset, focus, and consistency. Always be consistent. That always wins the race. So, till next time, people. Till next time. Thank you for watching this and listening to this to the end.